Okay, so let me make the background a little bit better before we talk, okay? Yep. So I think it looks good right now. So let's talk. Let's talk. So you probably decided to watch this video because you are preparing for your visa interview, right? And I'm not going to disappoint you. We are going to talk. I'm going to talk to you like a brother. We are going to have this conversation that is really, really going to help you for your visa interview. So I decided that I will divide this video into two. Number one is if you're going for the first time, you don't know how the place looks. And number two, you're going for the second time, or you're going for the third time, or you're going for the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, and you want some guidance to help you. So I'm not going to leave a single thing out in this video. I'm going to tell you everything I know. Okay, so let's start with this story. So I know you're nervous, right? I was in your shoes as well. When I was going for mine, I was nervous, just like you. And I know many people who were nervous as well. This is a picture of me before I went to my interview. Very nervous. I didn't know what to do. I was confused. So I remember my interview was on the 3rd of August 2023. That was my interview. And my DSO told me that I should come to school around the 7th of August 2023 because we had to the school resumes on the 14th of August, so I had to be there, do orientation before school starts. So I wanted an earlier date because after my interview 3rd of August I have 4 days before I get to the US. So I decided to book for an emergency appointment. So I booked, and they denied me. They didn't give me the emergency appointment. And one thing I didn't know was you have to wait till it's getting closer before you book an emergency appointment. I didn't know that. So I booked it around, I think, June or April. So they rejected me. So I was starting to get nervous because I thought once they've denied me of that emergency appointment, they are surely going to deny me my visa. So I was a little bit nervous, but I decided that someone told me that no, it's not like that. So I felt calm a little bit. So I started preparing, and not much because I believed in myself and I believed in the way I speak, yeah. So I didn't prepare that much. So there was a point my brother called me on the phone and he asked me, "Hey Nat, how is preparation going? How is your visa interview going? Preparation going?" And I started bragging, "Oh, bro, I got it. You know me already." So my brother said, "Okay, let me ask you some questions. Why do you want to go to the US?" I answered all the questions he asked me, but I think I messed up on one question. But I was still not that much nervous. I was okay. So like 2 days till my interview, that is when I started getting nervous. Just like many of you watching this video, I got very, very nervous. And my dad didn't also really give me the chance to prepare. Okay, he would just call me, "Hey Nat, blah blah blah, in the kitchen, come and help me at the kitchen, come and do this." Sometimes the remote is close to him and he will call me to come and pick the remote for him whilst I was preparing. And I love African dads. Like, life don't stop no matter what. Your responsibilities have to continue. Things have to continue. So I got a little bit frustrated at my dad for calling me whilst I was preparing. I have just 1 day to my interview and you are still calling me to do these things for you. So, but I love him. I love him. So yeah, that was my story. On the day of my interview, I went there, and by God's grace, I got approved. And I want to share my story with you. Once I'm here in the US, I don't want to close the doorway of opportunity for you guys. I see everybody as my brother. I see everybody as my sister. So I'm just going to share my story. I'm going to tell you the tips I've learned so far. Most of the time, when you see me, when I'm not doing anything, I just be studying about visa rules, policies, bills, and everything. So I've gained a lot of insights, and I'm going to tell you a lot of things about visa interviews. Okay, so we get started. So, firstly, I'm going to talk about if you are going there for the first time. So, this is what we're going to do. Okay. As I said, we have grouped it into two. If you're going for the first time, and if you're going for second, third, or if you have been there before. So, if you're going there for the first time, obviously you're going to be very nervous. Like, you're going to be nervous because that is how your brain works. Your brain doesn't know how the place looks like. Your brain doesn't know the outcome of the place. So your brain is going to scare you. So you avoid that thing because your brain wasn't built for success. Your brain was built for survival. It needs to make sure that you are okay. So it's going to scare you. That is why you are nervous right now. But if you keep on practicing, if you keep on rehearsing, and that is what I've been doing, making videos, coaching, mentorship, meeting you one on one, doing mock sessions for free, all just to help you have this mindset that when I go there, I'm fully prepared. I'm going there to get approved. Okay. So if you're going there for the first time, this is how the place looks like. You go there in the morning. I remember I arrived there around 6 a.m. I got there. There were a lot of people there already, like thousands of people there already. And so I had to wait. My time was 10:45 or 10:30. So I had to wait outside. We lingered outside. Then I forgot a document, right? In the morning, I checked. I thought everything was okay, but I forgot my DS-160 confirmation. So this is an advice for you if you're going for the first time or even the second time. The morning before you go, please check all your documents. And later this video, I'm going to mention all the documents you need for your student's visa interview and for your B1, B2 visa interview, so you don't forget. So I got there, I forgot some documents, and I was scared. The reason why I realized that I forgot the documents was I saw two of my friends from high school. I saw them. They said, Nathaniel, and I said, yeah. So they approached me. I didn't even remember them. They said, hey, my name is so. We talked, and they started talking about the documents, and they said, did you bring your DS-160 confirmation page? So they let me know that I didn't bring it. So they helped me print it. I started getting nervous. I was sweating. So don't do that. And a friend told me that he also forgot his service fee payment confirmation as well. So he had to go back home and bring it. And he got denied. Yeah. Not because of the service fee, but he got very nervous. He had to go back home, come back, all sorts of. So he came, and the people in his time, they were already getting inside. So he was in a rush, and so he went there sweating, and he got denied. So check your documents well, okay? So you'll be outside, and after a while, when your time is up, when it's 10:30, mine was 10:30, so they'll call you around 10:20. You form a line, you go inside, but before that, they will check you. You'll be scanned for. You don't have to send a phone, anything in there. So you'll be scanned for all these things before you get inside. Okay. So after you get inside, you do your interview. Okay, so it's that simple. It's not very complicated. I know you've got this. You can do this, okay? You can do this. If it's your first time, these are the processes. You don't have to do anything extra. Make sure your documents are in place. And don't be scared about medicals, F1, B1, B2. There is no medicals, okay? Don't go and take some tests that you haven't even heard of. Don't be scared. Go there on that day. The only thing they will take from you is your biometrics. If you don't know biometrics, your fingerprint. So when you get inside the embassy, you're going to stamp something and they'll take your fingerprint. So you don't have to do that. Okay, they have already taken money for that. The MRE fee, part of it is biometrics. Okay, so you finally get inside there, you talk to the visa officer, and you're going to learn all these things. Okay, if you've gone for the second time, I think you already know everything about this. So this is what we're going to talk about in this video. Understanding the purpose of a visa interview. That is number one. Number two, what visa officers are actually looking for. Now, if you know what they are looking for, you would focus on that and you're going to get approved. Number three, reasons why many people get denied. Number four, we're going to talk about the most common visa interview questions and how to answer them. So I'm going to tell you all that. Number five, we're going to talk about how to answer questions effectively. As I said. Number six, we're going to talk about your body language, your first impressions during your visa interview. Number seven, I'm going to demonstrate a mock interview with you right now. And number eight, what to do after your interview, after you get approved. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, okay? So don't worry, you've got this and you can do this. I believe in you. The God who helped me get approved is also going to help you get approved. So let's get started, okay? And make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, follow me for more videos. We are going to get started right now. Okay, so we went for a short commercial break and we are back. So let's start something. Okay, so as I said, we went for a short commercial break and we are back. So let's start with as understanding the purpose of the visa interview. So there are many countries like Canada, and you don't have to go meet a visa officer, talk to them. So why is the US doing that? So the main purpose of a visa interview is not to test whether you can speak English. This person, oh, your English is very good. You are approved. They just want to talk to you and see whether when you come here you're going to follow the rules. You are eligible. Okay, so they don't check your English. They don't check whether you stammer or not. They don't check that. All they check is, can I trust this person? Okay, if they can trust you as a person, you're going to get approved. Okay, so there are some rules they follow before they approve you, and there are 5. Okay, so number 1, they mainly check for your purpose of travel. Why are you coming to my country? Why are you going to the US? Number 2, they also check for your financial capabilities. And of late, this is one of the main reasons why I think many people are getting denied, because many people have huge deficits. So that's why I always advise, try and get some scholarship, get some assistantships, get something, so it decreases your deficit a little bit before you go. Number 3 is home ties. They want you to go back to your country after you study, okay, after you travel. They want you to go back to your country, and so you have to prove home ties. And I'm going to show you everything. Don't worry about that. Number 4, I added the last 2. Number 4 is clarity and confidence. Clarity simply means your answers are very clear, because the visa officer wants to have this interaction with you, just talk to you, okay, as a person. Hey, how are you doing? I'm good. Why are you going to the US? I'm actually going to the US to study nursing, because growing up I saw many people die of cholera and malaria in my community. So I decided to go to the USA, study nursing, and eventually come back and help my community, or help my village, because there are many people unfortunately dying from these diseases. Okay, it's a conversation. You don't have to be rigid. You don't have to, you have to stand. Your posture has to be like you're confident, but you don't have to be too rigid. Be flexible and talk, okay, with the way you talk. Okay, so that's clarity. Be clear with your answers. Don't use big words you don't use in your daily conversation. Use normal words. Okay, use normal words so the visual officer understands you. That's clarity. Confidence. Be very confident. Go there. You've got this. Okay, many of you have been speaking to people. You've been speaking in church. You've been singing at church in front of thousands of people already. Some of you have been creating content already, so you have that confidence already. Don't think the visa interview is something different from what you've been doing already. It's the same thing. Okay, so that's confidence and clarity. And finally, consistency. So even if somebody helped you fill your DS-160, make sure you look through before you go, because mostly when you go to the interview, when the visa officer asks you a question, mostly he wouldn't be looking at you, he'll be looking on the computer. So you'll be typing whilst you are talking. And so what you'll be doing is, number 1, he's typing, of course, and number 2, they are looking on your documents, your DS-160, the information you submitted. If they don't go, they will deny you. So during my interview, they asked me this question: what course are you going to study? Already, she took my passport and my I-20. And this is the first thing for students. When you go in front of the visa officer, the first thing they are going to tell you is, can you pass me your passport and your I-20? Which simply means, give me your passport and your I-20. So you present it and say, here you go, sir, or here you go. And so when they look on your I-20, they will start asking you questions. On my I-20, the course on it was nursing. So he looked on the I-20 and he said, what course are you going to study? Now, she already knew the name of my course, but she asked me again, what is the name of your course? For the second time. And I said, nursing. I'm going to study nursing. And that was it. I didn't talk too much. There are certain answers that does not need explanation. So you just say it. So she asked me, why do I want to study nursing? So that's when I started explaining the same story I told you. Malaria and cholera is killing many children in Ghana. Growing up, I saw many children die of malaria and cholera. And it's growing, it's rampant in my community. So I decided to go to the USA, study more nursing, and come back, use the knowledge and skills to come back and help fight malaria and cholera. And after that, she was very happy to hear that answer. I said, oh, good. And she was started nodding her head. Said, okay, that's amazing. Who is going to fund you? That was the next question. Okay, so make sure all your answers are consistent with your documents. Okay, we are done with number one, what visa officers are looking for, and understanding the purpose of visa interview. Visa officers are not there to trick you. They are there to see whether when you come here, you're going to follow the rules, you're going to follow the laws. Can you survive when you come here? That is why they check your financial capabilities. They don't want you to come here to their country and be a burden. No, they want you to come here prepared and ready to face the reality. Okay, so these are the things they're checking for. So if you qualify for all these five, visa approved. But if you leave one, or if you can't really explain one, then they'll deny you under section 214B. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, so let's go to the top reasons why many people get denied. Why do many people get denied? I talk to a lot of people and I hear what they say. And number one is finances. Now, 42,000 US dollars, 50,000 US dollars is a huge money, even in the US. Many people in the US, citizens, even going for loans to pay that amount of money. So after school, they'll be in debt. So that's why I say America, many people are in debt. So even American citizens cannot pay. So it sounds a little bit unrealistic if you are in Africa. And I'm not saying Africans are poor, but if you're in Africa and everybody is saying the uncle is going to pay 52,000, if it's not your parents, it's your uncle. Okay, how is your uncle going to pay that huge amount of money? So that's why I always advise get some scholarship to decrease it. Now, scholarship make them know that, oh, okay, this person is good academically, and also the remaining will become little. So it's realistic for somebody to come in and pay for you. Okay, so try and get some scholarships, try and get some graduate assistantships, try and get something to decrease down your deficit a little bit. Number two is inconsistent answers. They check in for consistency. I told you the 5 pillars, right? Consistency. I said if you pass all these 5, you're going to get approved. So they're checking for consistency. So if they are inconsistent, they are going to deny you. Weak preparation. I always advise prepare from now. Right, get a story. I'm going to teach you how to write a story very soon. Get a story, okay? And start practicing the answers using your story. We are going to talk about that very soon. Poor communication. If you can't give them reasons why you want to come to their country, of course, they are going to deny you. And number 5, lack of clarity, okay? You don't have any clear reason why you want to come here. You are using big words. You sound memorized. And I watch a visa officer talking about the main reason why she denied many people. She said many people come there and they have memorized the script. That is why I always advise be yourself. Just have your story and go there. When I was going for my visa interview, the only thing that was in my head was malaria and cholera is killing many people. So when she asked me why am I going to study this, and I just went straight to say that. If she asked me why the US or any other question, I'll try and bridge it back to the story, my story. So when she asked me why the US, I'm going to the US to study nursing at Glenville State University, and because growing up I saw many people die of malaria and cholera. Come back to my story. So you answer the question, you bridge it back to your story. That is called a bridge method. I'm going to teach you that very soon. So yeah. So you always have to have a story. So right now, if you're watching me preparing for your interview and you don't have a story, you haven't summarized your story and it's not in your head, please get a story before you go. Okay, get a story. I'm talking to you as a brother, not as a mentor. Get a story. Okay, so let's go for a quick break. I know you're tired right now. There's a lot. So let's summarize what you've learned so far. Visa officers checking for 5 main things: your purpose of travel, your financial capabilities, your home ties, whether you're going to return to your home country or not. Clarity. Is it clear enough? But they are not going to ask you questions on clarity. They are just going to check your demeanor. Is it clear? Is this person making sense? Is this person okay? Okay, he's making sense. They're not going to ask you questions on confidence. Are you confident? No. But they're going to see how you answer it. Mostly when you are lying, your confidence decreases a little bit. And they've studied psychology and they know how, you act. They've interviewed like more than thousands of people before you came. So they know students a lot. They know B1, B2 travelers a lot. And consistency. Is this person lying? Is this person saying the truth? So if all these things fall in place, you get approved. Okay. So we're going to really work on all these things. So the next part will be how to answer every visa interview question you've heard of. Okay. That's what we're going to answer very soon. So relax a little bit and come back to this video and watch the rest. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so welcome back. Okay, I know you've subscribed by this time, so I'm not going to worry you to subscribe. So there are common questions visa officers ask. Number one, why the USA? Number two, why this university? Number three, why this program? Number four, why now? Oh yeah. So I call them the three big whys. Why this university? Why this program? Why the USA? Why now? But why now is not that correct. So I call it the three big whys. Why this university? Why the US? Why now? Okay. Who is going to sponsor you? That is so these three are testing for your purpose of travel. They want to know, why didn't you stay in your country? Or why didn't you go to another person's country but decided to study in the US? Why? They want to know. So purpose of travel. They are going to ask you, who is going to sponsor you? Who is your sponsor? Pass me your bank statement. That is checking for your financial capabilities. They can ask you, what are your plans after graduation? What do you want to do after school? Have you been harassed in your home country? So they want to test you whether you're going to return to your home country or not. So that is that. So when they ask you your home ties, let's tackle the home ties really quick. When they ask you plans after graduation, always tell them you are going to go back to your home country. Okay, always tell them that. Okay, and the confidence and the clarity and the they just look, so they just look at you. Is this person okay? This person is okay. So don't use big words. Don't memorize anything from ChatGPT. Use your own words. Get a story, and I'm going to teach you as I said. So to answer these questions, okay, to answer every visa interview question, I give my mentees one thing, and now I'm talking to you as a brother. It's called a story. A story is simple. A story is something about you as a person. It includes your past, your present, and your future. If you have this, you can answer every visa interview question. You just bridge it back to your story. So, your past is things, your background. What have you done in the past? What problem have you been solving? Have you been doing any research in the past? What have you been doing in the past? Your present is your current situation, why you want to go to the US, and how the US is going to help you as an individual. That is your present. Your future is what you want to do after school. And your future always has to be you returning home to help. So how do you help? Be specific on that. Maybe you are returning home to help on a specific project. Okay, so that's your story. So for example, if in my book I wrote something down, I'm not going to advertise the book, but I wrote, your past could be, I completed high school in 2020. Since then, I've been working on an AI project, which is going to help people with disabilities to change their sign language to speech. That is what you've been working on. Okay. I don't know whether you hear that sound. But yeah, let's continue. Yeah. So it's going to change your sign language into speech. That's my brother. Okay, let's continue. It's going to send our sign language into speech. So your presence should be how you want to go to the US, because you don't have all the resources, and no school in Ghana teaches that. Okay, so you want to go to the USA, study all these things, and eventually come back, build your own AI or build your own app to help people with disabilities, or to help people who cannot speak to use their sign language, so it can turn to speech to a normal person, so they can really communicate, to make communication easier. So when a visa officer hears this, he knows that this person has a plan, this person has a dream, this person has a goal. That forms your story. So let me ask you this question: what is your story? If you're doing MBA, okay, maybe your father has a business back in your home country, okay, and he needs somebody to manage the affairs because your father is old and very soon he might pass or something. So you want to come here, study MBA, study how to manage big businesses because he has this big mall and he needs you to take over that. So he wants you to come to the US and study the systems here and eventually go back and manage the mall. That is more realistic than saying I just want to go to the US because of the technological advancement and the class to professor ratio. It doesn't tell the visa officer about you as a person. So after you get, okay, my phone went off. He said, "You're talking too much. Let me go off." So let's continue. So to answer every question, just get a story, okay, and try and bridge your answers back to your story. So I call it the bridge method. That is why I said you have to bridge it back to your story. The bridge method is very simple. Number one, you answer the question. Sorry, you answer the question directly. Okay. So when they ask why the US, you answer indirectly. You say, "I'm going to the US to study my master's in public administration at New York University." Then you bridge it back to your story. I saw many people, or you can say, I have a dream to do this and that back in my home country, but New York University, which is in the US, is going to help me do that, and eventually come back to my home country and help. You see, so you can use your story to answer almost every visa interview question without being confused. So when they ask you your plans after graduation, so let's get an example. Let's say, let me use my own example: nursing, malaria, and cholera. So you can say malaria and cholera is killing many people in Ghana. That is your past. Growing up, you saw that. Your present is you coming to the US to help to study more on these diseases because there is a Professor Maureen, who is working on that. So you want to work under her to get more knowledge and skills and eventually go back and help fight malaria and cholera. All right. So when they ask you questions like why, what are your plans after graduation? Since you have your story, you can say, after graduation, I plan to go back to my home country to fight against malaria and cholera by creating awareness, by building a clinic to help my community combat the rampant, I don't want to use rampant, combat the excessive spread of malaria and cholera in my community. You get it? So if you have a story, it can be used to answer every most visa interview questions. They can ask you, why did you completed school in 2020, but why are you coming to school in 2026? So you can say, during the 6 years I was volunteering for this organization that spread awareness on diseases such as cholera and malaria. Or you get it? So you can, it doesn't. Okay, let me point this out really quick. Visa interview doesn't mean you have to get different answers for different questions. No, the visa officer wants to create one picture about you to see whether you are eligible to receive the visa. One picture. So if you get one story, craft your answers around that story. That is how the bridge method is born. Just answer the question, bridge it to your story, and that will give, if the visa officer has a reason, or if you have a good reason, the visa officer is going to give you the visa. It's highly possible. Everybody I've coached who got approved had a story. So you also get a story, get something you want to pitch to the visa officer. Okay. So the next part we are going to talk about is body language and first impression. Always maintain eye contact. So on the day of your interview, when you go there, they call you, you stand there in front of the visa officer, you just smile, just be yourself. You know you've got this, okay? Just be yourself. You stand there, you look in the eye, you greet warmly. Greeting is not compulsory, but it shows, it shows humility, it shows discipline and stuff. So you greet, hey, visa officer, good morning. He said, good morning. First thing she's going to say is, pass me your passport and your I-20. So when she says that, you just give it to her. There you go, officer. Or when it's in your document, you just remove it. There you go, officer. So they start asking you the questions. And as I said, always try and bridge your answer back to your story. Okay, the answer So it's just a conversation. Okay, so let me end with this, and if you have any question, put it in the comments. Visa interview is not something very difficult. They are not testing anything. It's just an opportunity. It's not a battle between you and the visa officer. You have to fight. You have to, just like people have been scaring you on social media. No, it's just an opportunity for you to tell the visa officer your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. I'm going to the USA to do this, and eventually I'll come back. So always be positive. You've got this. If you're going tomorrow, next week, always remember this. Nathaniel said, I have got this. I'm going there. And the Lord who did for him is going to do it for you. Let me pray for you. Lord God Almighty, this person is going for his visa interview. Help this person. Give him knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Whatever he's prepared, remember him and let him go there and come back approved. And at the end, we'll give you glory, honor, and adoration. They are going to say you did it in the comment section. They are going to testify. So, Lord, help each and every one and let their dreams come true. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Go get approved, but keep on practicing, keep on rehearsing, get a story and try and use your own words to answer these common questions. Why the USA? Why this program? Why this university? Your plans after graduation? Who's going to sponsor your education? Okay. Thank you very much, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Thank you. Okay guys, so I was editing this video right here and I realized I promised that I was going to tell you the documents you would need for your interview, and unfortunately I didn't tell you before I ended the video, so I'm going to tell you really quick. The first document you need for a student's visa interview is your passport. The second document is your I-20 document. The third document is your DS-160 payment confirmation. The fourth document is your service fee confirmation. The fifth document is your visa appointment confirmation and your receipt. If you paid your visa appointment through GT Bank, they'll give you a receipt. Send that as well. They might take it. And if you paid it through online through your card, okay, that card, you can you print that receipt. You print it out, you send it to your interview. And finally, 2 American Standard passport size photographs. These documents are compulsory. You have to send it. If you don't send it, they might not let you take the interview. So there are 6 compulsory documents: your passport, I-20, service fee payment confirmation, DS-160 confirmation, visa appointment confirmation, the receipt, and your American Standard passport size photograph. These are compulsory. The next one is bank statement. If you have a deficit, you have to send a bank statement. If you have a scholarship, send a scholarship letter. So these are the financial documents. Let's go to the academic documents. If you have your high school transcript or you have your college transcripts, if you're going for your master's, send that as well. Your admission letter, you send it as well. They might not take it, but send it. And that's it. If you have anything to prove your home ties, you can add it as well. So these are the documents you have to send us, students, visa interview. For a B1, B2 visa interview, you would not need the same thing I said, but you don't need your I-20 because I-20 is just for students. And you wouldn't also need your, service fee payment confirmation because student B1, B2, you don't have to pay your service fee. So B1, B2, these are the documents: your passports, your DS-160 confirmation, your visa appointment confirmation with the receipts, and your American Standard passport size photograph. You have to send a bank statement to prove that you can pay. You can pay for your trip or your business or anything. If you are invited by somebody, you have to send the invitation letter as well. What again do you need? I've said bank statements. If you are working currently and you have an employment leave to show that you're going to return to your work, you can send that as well. Have I talked about the invite from the person? So if you're coming here, for example, for a wedding or you're coming here for a graduation, the person has to send you an invite. That invitation, you have to send it as well. I don't know what I've said that already. And I think that is it. Anything that will prove your home ties, as I said, if you are already working, the employer sent you a leave of absence, send it as well. And for B1, B2, if you can make a reservation, send it as well. Okay, send that as well. So for F1 visa interview or for students visa interview, scrutiny is getting higher because many students abuse their F1 visas after school. They don't want to go back, to their home country, as they said. So scrutiny is quite higher and tougher But still, go there, be yourself, give them reasons why you want to come back to your country, and you'll be fine. For B1, B2, focus more on the temporary stay. Okay, focus on you returning to come and work. Don't go there. Mostly, you have to have a job. Okay, a job is a good home ties for B1, B2 because you are working already. As an example, you're a doctor already, and you have to take care of patients, and the board has given you, or your manager has given you, a leave of absence for like 2 weeks. So you're going to the US to spend 2 weeks with your maybe at a graduation, and you return. So get a job, get a letter from the job that you've been given a leave, or you've been given a vacation, and you're using that time to go to the US, and eventually you come back. So these are the things for B1, B2 visa interview and F1 visa interview. So these are the documents. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I'm here. I'm going to answer every questions for you. Go there, go get approved. I believe in you, and keep on practicing, keep on rehearsing, have a story, and try and bridge your answers to your story. Be yourself, flow naturally. Okay, it's not a matter of you cannot speak English, but the more you practice, the more you become better at it. Love you all the best. May God help you, and may God be with you with your visa interview. Go there and go get approved.